Hello everyone, I am the Lore Explorer and this is Outer Wilds, an open solar system exploration game which we recently finished. Today I am going to go through the ending act and explain what I think was going on. I've had a lot of help constructing this theory from a kind subscriber. They've also saved me from embarrassing myself through misunderstanding a few things, so thank you to them. Also, I will be spoiling the endgame, so I suggest you finish the game if you haven't already. We should really start at the beginning of the main theory. I think the eye of the universe is a quantum black hole, and the planet below most likely sits in geostationary orbit around the hole. Or the rules of gravity just don't apply here, because looking at the vessel, we see it's frozen in space. This is at odds with the in-depth physics system in the game. Looking towards the eye, we see a massive wall of dust being sucked into the hole. This is quantum dust of some kind, lit by lightning. If we watch long enough, we can see the image the Nomai saw when they received the signal, spread out through the smoke. As we make our way close enough to the source of the signal, the lightning that lights the eye starts to crash down around us. With the flashes of lightning also comes quantum trees, refilling our rapidly emptying oxygen supply. Anything in the universe could have came crashing down around us, but the eye sent us exactly what we needed, exactly when we needed it. We would have suffocated before we reached the signal, but the eye saved us. I don't think it saves us out of kindness. I think the eye needs us to make it to the signal. It has a consciousness, but it's so degraded it can only act in self-preservation. That would entail sending out the signal to the Nomai so many years ago, and saving us just now with the storm. Once through the storm, we notice a crater below a massive hole in the sky, as if the ground here has been sucked up. As we try to enter the crater, we get stuck to the side. Either the black hole above or the planet itself is creating this oddity. Looking up, we see all of the dust above is being sucked into the hole. That hole is exactly where the signal is coming from. It may even be the same signal the Nomai heard a couple millennia ago. Standing on the ledge, we can jump. Once we reach the hole, we enter what can only be described as a wormhole. A common theory as to what lie beyond a black hole. We can't break through its vortex, and we are moving very rapidly. Falling through the other side, we see a great chamber with pillars as far as the eye can see. Looking up, we see 4 pillars meet, and at the center, we can see the wormhole. I think at the top of each set of 4 pillars may lay a wormhole to another universe. The pillars may be made of the quantum dust from outside the wormhole, but as soon as we touch the ground, we thud down, transported to the observatory at Timber's Hearth. Except things are a bit different here. The displays at the museum are mostly the same, but the podiums are now changed. The mural's exhibit reads, "The Outer Wilds Venturers were founded to explore a solar system at the end of the universe." The Nomai statue's podium tells us how the Nomai made it possible for us to reach the eye with their technology. The angler simply states we will miss them least of all from the entire universe. But the display leaves a clue something is off here, as it's just a skeleton. I think what we see here is the eye's way of communicating with us, to explain what's happening, and to show you your memories as well as your body is now entangled with the eye. At the observatory, where the map of our solar system should lay, sits a brilliant light. I believe this is the universe being shown to us, telling us the eye holds all of the information in the universe. Once we interact with it, the ground expands and we get a glimpse of the observatory, on what looks like the unobserved version of the eye's planet. But I think that's just our subconscious thought, being simulated for us. We keep zooming out, and the universe spreads out before us. A perfect view, just in time for the universe to fade away. The lights blink out, the heat death of the universe being shown to us so we understand what's happening. After we are shown that, we see lights in the distance. When we reach them, we find ourselves in a forest. I think Gabro's quantum poem brought this out of us. I think we are still in that weird gray chamber through the wormhole, just seeing a simulation around us. I believe the eye is doing this for two reasons. One is to let us know that we can affect things here in the ancient glade. The second is to give us the tools to affect things that are yet to come. As we explore the ancient glade, we run into an exact copy of ourselves. I think this is to show us the normal laws do not matter here, as we know two versions of the same thing in the same place should end the universe in a giant, scary, black tendril thing. But we aren't in the universe anymore, so those rules just don't matter. But seeing yourself would scare anyone, and wishing for relaxation, our double turns into a tree, and soon after that, a campfire. Lighting the campfire, we can roast a marshmallow to relax. As we do, we are surely reminded of our friends that we explored the solar system with. And as if on cue, Esker arrives, telling us there's music nearby in the trees. We have to search out our friends' instruments. As we find each one, their player arrives at the campfire. This is to signify the importance of vibrations. The signals we have been following have all been the frequency of vibrations, the music of the universe, all followed by our signal scope, which has been so important to us throughout the game. As we gather our friends, the eye shows us what it's capable of, creating suns for drums to orbit, no my shuttles launching with no grav cannons, displaying Gabbro's ancient poem to you. Once we finally gather all our friends, we can play a song of our own. As the music plays, the campfire smoke grows and coalesces. It's probably quantum smoke, capturing the vibrations from the music. It grows and grows until images start appearing on the smoke. They seem mostly random at first. Our ship and an angler both clearly show up. Then, a music note, an ant, a Nomai shuttle, a Nomai figure itself, what looks like a bug creature's face, a human eye, and other humanoid creatures, and many more. They all shift and dance, showing us a glimpse of the future to come. Then, when we are ready, we jump inside the ball, collapsing it. It condenses to what may be a singularity. The ground expands and our friends disappear. The ball of smoke grows to a big globe, then it explodes. We witness the Big Bang, but I don't think we are actually there. See, the eye of the universe needs us. Without a consciousness, it couldn't call people in, or give them the tools to create the next universe. Without us to observe the quantum object, it would never be collapsed into a single reality, never really existing in a state allowing it to interact with our universe. Now this is important, because the quantum black hole is of course connected to a quantum white hole. Mathematically, white holes and the Big Bang are identical. But until we observe the eye, it can't initiate the matter transfer that's needed for the Big Bang, as it doesn't exist in a certain state. So now that we are entangled with it, we can observe the universe at will, which is what allows us to see the Big Bang, and the 14.3 billion year later slide. So, to state it all once and in kind of simple terms, the last cycle's quantum consciousness sent out a distress signal. It can't observe itself, after all. After the Nomai does the legwork, we end up arriving. We enter and collapse the eye. It reads our mind and simulates a way to talk to us, then shows us the universe ending. After that, it simulates a way to allow you to affect the universe to come, as we saw by the images dancing around the ball. It does this because without the universe, no one could ever observe it again. No next cycle, no Big Bang, and I think even an ever-living, all-knowing being would still feel meaningless if it was all alone. And, as a thought to ponder, maybe the signal the next generation that finds the eye will hear the song we played with all of our friends at this campfire. Again, none of this is ever explained in-game. This is just how I have come to understand the ending, with the help of a friend. But I'd love to hear your theory down below. For now, this is the Lore Explorer, diving deep into the story so you don't have to.